Humans have officially forgotten what other human faces really look like. In today's story, we are going to be honing in on the face of 30-year-old women because thanks to our toxic culture of Instagram face and preventative Botox, we have completely lost the plot. And this viral video is just evidence of that. So this is the first video that the woman posted, and she is not a big creator. She was a very small creator, but she just simply posted this video. She said, POV, learning how to do makeup for the first time at 30, and these are all looks you trialed for your bridal shower. So she's trying out new looks, and she just decided to post it on the internet to get the girlies' feedback on what look is best. Okay, so this is the video. So I felt so pale, couldn't tell where I was going wrong, so she's trying out new colors. And then she says, love the red lip, the eyes didn't match. Okay, so she's aware of, like, she's trying to figure it out. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Looks great. She's adorable. I see no problems here. That's why this is such a wild video. Took a makeup class at Sephora and loved it, but wasn't bridal enough. Okay. Changed the blush placement. Went with a pinker lip. I love this evolution. She's learning what looks best for her skin tone. Final look. Okay, precious. Angelic. We could move right along. We can't. Okay, because this is the start of this whole internet conversation, but spot the problem. You can't. You won't. Well, unless you know how dark the internet is or how everything is a problem for them. Everything. A bunch of the comments early on when this video was first posted were things like this. Are you saying you're 30 or just that you learned at 30 because you look older than 30? So many people were like, wow, only 30? That's what 30 looks like? Oh, God. I mean, it was like people being horrible, which it's just disheartening as a whole. It went super viral, too. Like, it only went viral because people were talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a simple video.
And this poor girl just trying to make a happy TikTok of her makeup. And
some people were like, well, you know, if you post it on the internet, you should expect. No, I get that that's how the internet reacts to things, but we shouldn't just accept that that is the norm. That's not a good thing. If every good thing that's posted on the internet, just like, well, you're going to get a bunch of hate. Why? Train your kids to be better. Let's make better humans so that that's not a problem in the next 20 years. I'm not going to read all the other hateful comments because thankfully they've since been sort of moved down and replaced with kind people as this video got more and more viral. But most of them were just questioning her age and the fact that it was a negative thing to look that way at the age of 30. This girl is glowing. I don't know what the internet is trying to say, what they're trying to prove. She reminds me of this beautiful candle that is just golden sunshine. It's glowing. It looks beautiful. If you're wondering why I have a candle on my desk today, it is because I wanted to tell you guys about the Candle Club. The Candle Club was started by an incredible mom who works here named Jill, who shares our values. She started making candles and everyone became obsessed with them, and now we get to have the Candle Club. So you can get scents handpicked by your favorite Daily Wire hosts like Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh, and me. And I have this golden sunshine one right now, but currently in my office, I literally have a giant stash of scents because I'm picking my next candle. So stay tuned for that one. So if you guys love candles as much as I do, you can even get a subscription to the Candle Club so they can send you new ones because they do get used and then they disappear. But with this one in particular, I just have to brag, it is brass. So it's very aesthetically cute. And then you can use the jar for other things. So I was thinking about all things. So if you want one of your very own, that is thecandleclub.com/reagan. Okay, now back to the glowing girl with glowing skin that the internet decided to attack. But some of the comments that started to come to the surface were things like this. My question is, why are we expecting 30-year-olds to look 17? She literally is a beautiful woman who looks her age of 30 and not like a teenager. Yes, she just looks normal. There's no work done. Perhaps that's why everyone was like, whoa, smile lines? Oh my gosh.
Gross.
Natural skin tones and freckles? Another person said, Gen Z are going to be very humbled in the next few years, and us millennials are here for it. Even Gen Alpha will soon be, because I think some of this is Alpha, and they're being like, they're 12, feeling, oh God, that's what 30 looks like? Yeah, just wait, bro. Just wait. Hi, everyone. This is how it looks to be a naturally pretty person, not obsessed with looking 12. A natural woman. Another woman made a great point, and I'm glad she said this, and she said, what's sad about the comments is that it's always woman-on-woman crime, which I love the phrasing of that. But truly, it's always women talking to other women about Botox and filler, and even anything I've learned that women don't like about their faces, like I learned from other women. And then I start to be insecure about the things on my face because of what I've heard or seen from other women. It's never the men. And if it is in your case, or if men in your life, I'm sorry, but that is a red flag. If they're encouraging filler or Botox as a man or like a guy in a relationship and no. the good men out there are posting things like this.
Hey, y'all, I'm watching Love Island right now, and there's something I gotta get off my chest. Can y'all women, for the love of God, stop shooting that shit in y'all lips?
Or in your face.
Cause why some of y'all lips looking like that shit is nasty, man. It's nasty work. Like, what is going on? Some of y'all can't even close your mouth. And y'all know what makes it worse? All of y'all with the lips all shot up, y'all all look alike.
See, I love these videos because I think more women maybe need to hear it. Like if enough men say, please stop, like maybe women will start listening, and then they'll stop listening to their besties who are getting it done, and then they're all end up looking exactly the same. Meanwhile, their men in their lives are like, oh, you look nice, but really they're like, why did you do that? Yeah, men don't want it. Also, the whole thing about not being able to close your mouth, literally on one of the lip, I don't know if it's the lip flip. There's so many different lip things you can do. And I've seen about them because I have a smaller upper lip. And so I was like, oh, does that mean I haven't got anything done? But it's like the thought crossed my mind because I learned that I have a smaller upper lip from people on the, also it's like the small upper lip thing that I have. My mom has small lips. So I have part of her mouth, and then my dad has huge lips. I have part of his mouth. Like, it's a cool thing to be able to look like your family too, you know? That's a whole other part of this. I want to do a whole episode on that. But just the element of like, it's part of your heritage and your ancestry. But we're just changing all of that all of the time. And it's not good for a plethora of reasons. But so I'm proud of my little lip. Like my mom, she'll be so mad at me for saying that. She has cute lips. They're just smaller. But what I was saying about the lip thing is some of the girls who get certain lip things done literally say, even on TikTok, that they can't sip a straw anymore. Like your lip stops working. Like your upper lip to get it to, and it's just like, well, you know, also you might talk a little different and like, hey, it's okay. Why are we saying that that's normal? You can't sip out of a straw because water falls back out? Oh my gosh. Also with his other point about people all looking the same, especially on places like Love Island. I don't watch Love Island, but I'm aware because all of the reality television, they all kind of look the same. That's happening. One person pointed this out and said, I miss the 90s and the early 2000s when everyone looked unique. Yeah, before everyone copy and paste, you can now go to a doctor and be like, I want to look like this. Not just like, I want my hair to look like this. No, I want my face to look just like this girl's. It's not good. It's not good. Here's another girl talking about the 30-year-old video and kind of the reaction online about it.
I just saw a video of a really normal looking 30-year-old woman talking about testing out makeup as a 30-year-old, and she looked like she was 30, okay? And I already knew what the comments were gonna look like. She was beautiful, by the way. The comments, 30? Question mark? Laughing face? Is this rage bait? Are you actually 30? Harsh 30. I'm just gonna say something that's gonna make you guys mad, and I don't really care. Botox, filler, getting work done has literally rotted your brains out of your fucking skulls because you guys don't know what a regular 30-year-old woman that doesn't have work done looks like anymore. It's like actually so pathetic. Do whatever you want with your money, with your body. Like get whatever procedures you want done if it's gonna make you feel more comfortable going through the world, yada yada, whatever.
Okay, but giving that caveat there then kind of makes your first point fall to the wayside. Do whatever you want if it makes you look more confident. Why is it making you look like we should go back to the root of that? Because again, I would argue more often than not, it's because of other women things that we're seeing on the internet. So if we all encourage everyone to just stop, limit it, squash the trend, maybe it could actually squash it. And then maybe women would actually feel confident with their natural noses and their natural lips because they wouldn't be seeing this content fed by other women for years. Like, let's say no women, please don't. Not in a negative way, not in a, just simply like try not to. Consider alternatives. Just like makeup is a great option. Makeup is fun. Altering your face permanently, not so fun. Another thing with especially changing your face, when you have kids, your kids are looking at your face. And so then they're thinking, oh, that's what I'm going to look like when I'm older. Like if my mom went out and got these massive fake lips and then I grew up looking at those lips thinking that, you know, my lips were going to turn into that and then they never did and I was confused, there's a level of like deceit there or confusion that I feel like will instill in the next generation when they come out all looking like their original parents before their parents all turned an Instagram face.
I feel like girls often look up to their moms as like the most beautiful woman in the world. And growing up, I always thought like when people said that I looked like my mom, it was the biggest compliment.
Yes.
So it's exactly what you're just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just getting rid of that.
Right. Especially when you alter your face more, you're literally not going to look like your mom. Or like your mom, you as a mom will not look like your child. And then the child will be like there's so many elements to this that the more that we normalize it, because yes, this has been around for several decades, it hasn't been this prevalent, this young, and this dramatic of things that are constantly being done to our faces. Again, in our 20s. Like this, I'm saying this as a 28-year-old who has been strongly suggested within these things, within what the content I consume for years. Preventative Botox, a little lip flip, little nip and tuck, little get away the wrinkles and the...
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
Okay, but let me go back to this girl. I think she makes another point that is interesting.
At the same time, we are supposed to age. Women are supposed to age.
Aging is a blessing. Aging is a blessing. I say that as someone who's aging, and every year I'm like, I'm keep getting older. Good. That's a blessing. And I need to remind myself that as well as everyone else.
There's a reason that all of these procedures are very focused on keeping women looking young. Because as a woman, if you get past your prime, you're no longer desirable. You're actually not worth anything anymore. And whether you want to admit that or not, whether you are comfortable admitting that to yourself or not, it does feed into the patriarchy. It feeds into you wanting to fit the narrative of the patriarchy, which, you know what?
Why are we throwing this on the patriarchy here? Again, I'm saying a lot of men actually are the ones being like, please stop doing this. It's so more common for it to be the women doing this to each other. But then the patriarchy gets blamed.
Let's remember why women specifically are targeted with all of this extremely expensive Botox and filler and work and this skincare routine and this new gadget and this red light therapy and this sauna therapy and all of this bullshit that we have to pay for to keep ourselves looking young when you can just age naturally and look normal because you're supposed to age. Like, I'm tired.
It is wild that Gen Z and teens, I think a lot of these comments too are teenagers, have truly forgotten what humans past the age of 25 start to look like. They did not realize that a thing called wrinkles start to appear. Smile lines, expression lines, things that are indicators of a happy life must be erased. As Rongo said, I'm aging out of spite at this point. Honestly, the more I'm consuming more content like this because it's emboldening me to never get work done, it makes me more and more okay with aging. When I'm seeing this discourse happening online, I'm like, okay, if I get the wrinkles, if they really set in, okay. Like, it's helping me cope. As a 28-year-old, which is pathetic to say, again, that's why it's like this whole toxic online culture. So bad, but we have to live in it, unfortunately. Someone else said, people act like you're decrepit after you age past 23. I recently told girls I was 26, and they were like, wow, you look so good for your age. Like, am I supposed to look like a pile of dust? What a wild thing to say. Like, another person said, hot take, but I actually think the Botox and filler makes everyone look older. Also potentially true. So many of the Gen Z clients would tell me how I looked 19 to 21 when I was literally 33. I haven't had anything done. 30 isn't even middle-aged, and everyone acts like you have one foot in the grave at 30. My gosh, the fact that a lot of people are experiencing that is concerning. Now, to kind of tie up this whole conversation, the original creator from that first video, she posted this on TikTok, which when I first started watching it, I didn't realize this was the same girl. But when I did, it made it even better.
Have you guys seen that video of the totally normal looking 30-year-old woman who was really excited to share her like very wholesome makeup journey as she learns how to do makeup for the first time at 30 years old? And so she posts pictures of like different looks she trialed for her bridal shower, and the internet absolutely tore her apart. She didn't really ask for advice. She just said, these are all the looks that I trialed. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, my mom's 50 and you look older than her, or I'm 40 and I look so much younger. And she even went and dyed her hair because the comments were so unhinged. Everyone was like, this gray, you have gray hair, it's washing you out. This blonde is too cool tone. You need to go darker would look best. So she dyes her hair and then still is getting comments that her eyebrows are too fluffy and like all of these different things. You know, I feel like she's kind of handled this situation with a lot of grace, given
you have, girl, you
how
have.
much bullying is happening in her comments. That being said, there are an incredible amount of supportive people in her comments saying, oh, you look so beautiful, all these things. So anyways, I think about her a lot. I hope she's doing well.
She's clearly doing well because she's making videos like that, which is just honestly iconic. I love that. Also, her skin is so good. Gosh, Someone said this is the funniest way to respond to something like this. I mean, truly, she's just owning the trolls and has become more and more emboldened to do so, which I love. Another person said, I swear some people don't actually see real people in real life, or the only people they do see have Instagram face. Well, because they're chronically on Instagram. And again, not in real life. I have not met any Instagram face people in real life, but they consume my feeds. Like the reality versus online is so dramatically different. That's why it's important to log off and to go walk around, see the sights, see real human faces. And also to just, again, remember the power of a word or a comment. They do actually have power in real life, unfortunately. Even though they're just chronically online, it does affect the real world. Like this girl who went out and dyed her hair because enough people told her that she looked old. It's once something is said, you can't unhear it. So if you hear a critique about yourself or you're never, I was in middle school standing in the lunch line when this person, unfortunately in person, said something about my legs, like that they were just shaped. I was like standing weird. Like I had like really scrawny, like kind of bow-legged legs in a sense, I guess is how you describe it. But I remember that to this day. So I can only imagine online, like how much that would just, any of those comments, they don't go away. You don't just forget them, especially when it's something that maybe you didn't notice about yourself, i.e. your legs or your hair or your nose or your anything. So in person and online, just try to be nice. As for society as a whole, if more women could post things like that without this barrage of insults, maybe we could actually turn the tide away from injections once again. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. For other content, you can follow me on Instagram and X, as well as our new comment section Instagram, which is very fun. It's popping over there. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day.